All right. Go ahead and get started.
Are you ready? Okay, we'll start this meeting. Do we got any additions or corrections to the agenda? Any additions or corrections?
No, we won't be going over the bylaws because we wanted to make sure the entire executive team is here for that conversation, and because Jacob wasn't able to make it, we'll defer that.
Okay,
So, and March is an important project selection meeting, so I'm hopeful that we'll have everyone in the room.
do we have a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll make motion.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Everybody read the minutes? I need a motion for the minutes.
I'll make a motion. Jarvis here.
You got a motion? Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Susan. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Okay, transportation planning work program. Rachel?
So this is an amendment, presenting an amendment for the transportation planning work program for FY26. So that is not the upcoming one that we'll be approving next month. This is for the current program. This is just to adjust the budget. The total budget remains the same total dollar amount. We're just kind of rearranging a few elements. We're moving that complete streets portion, which isn't a whole lot to begin with, over to the regional transportation planning. Because this year was an LRTP year, there was a lot going on within that 40/20 section, and we weren't really doing a whole lot with the complete streets category. So we elected to make that transition. That's pretty much it. Motion to approval from the technical and then policy.
I'll make the motion. Rasmussen.
Motion by John. Do I have a second?
John, because you're here.
I can't be both.
Yeah, you can't be both. We
You're
have
funny.
to make that determination. So I will need.
Oh, sorry. Okay, then I'll make the motion.
Okay, motion by Chris. We have a second.
Jimmy.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Policy. You help yourself.
I'll do it now.
We can work with that.
I'll second.
And Susan. All right. So passes the TPWP Amendment 1 for FY26. Finally, I gave you a resolution. If you can go ahead and get that signed, and we'll go ahead and make
Got signed.
perfect. I will grab it.
We need to vote for
All
policy.
right.
We have to vote for policy.
Sorry.
We just did a motion for policy. Do we have to vote?
Did we do motion carries or
We did.
He's gonna call for it.
the second part of that?
Yeah.
Mind yours.
You gotta go to the policy committee.
What's that? Oh, we need a motion from the policy committee?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just haven't voted.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
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 There you go. It's okay.
Can you use your microphone? I can't hear you very well.
I don't
I
think.
can't even,
Apologies. This is always.
I even turned up my hearing aids.
Is that better? There we go. There we go. We just needed the. All right. I will endeavor to speak into the mic as well.
It's me, it's not you.
Me too.
All right. We'll go on to the discussion item for the FY27 tip applications. So we, as you might recall, we did split these. So the TA set aside, also known as TAP or TASA, that's a transportation alternatives program that we did call for applications back in November. We opened that through the end of January, and we were able to receive one application. We had a couple communities that were considering applying, and the timing just didn't work out, and they elected to go for the fall of 26 cycle instead. The total amount available within that program is a little over 800,000. And then we have four projects currently programmed within FY26. And that includes a project by the Pottawattamie County Conservation Board for a multi-use trail. Within that, ooh, I should have rearranged these. That's okay. We have our public comment currently open, and we are currently in the review of the proposed projects portion of the timeline. And then in March, we'll be doing that project selection to officially adopt them into the FY27 TIP. So we'll go into the project that was received. This is from the Pottawattamie Conservation. It was for the Great American Rail Trail segment from Weston to Underwood. You can see that red segment is the proposed trail. The green portion within Underwood is already existing, and then they have another portion already planned north of Underwood that they are also looking at funding for via other programs. So the funding request for this is $500,000 from TAP, and that's to develop that 10-foot wide trail along the railroad along from Weston to Underwood, which is about 5 miles. They do have some other grants that have already been awarded that they're also going to be using for this project. The total project cost is about $4,500,000. So this is just asking for that $500,000 amount. And again, this is just presenting the applications that were received, and this is not to approve the project or go over any scorings. We'll be doing that in March. All right. And then to go over the STBG, so we did receive one amendment from Harrison County for, from Harrison County. We will also be going over that in March because it's an amendment. It will not be getting scored the same way that the TAP program is. We'll just be going through and evaluating how it's different from the previous application of the original project and kind of doing a compare contrast and kind of seeing how that improves the entire project as a whole, and then presenting it and approving it in March. As a reminder, that STBG program is more roadway oriented. The TAP program is actually a subset of STBG, but typically our STBG funding program is used for roadways, but that's not exclusive by any means. For that program, we have 2,860,501, and I had this written down. And the request was to change that project from 1,145,000 to 3,400,000. So that's a change of about a little over 2 million, which fits within that that whole entire program. The only thing to keep in mind for that is that would essentially completely deplete the current STBG apportionment, and so that would probably push us back from that kind of trying to build that balance back up a little bit. So we might need to consider that as well and see, discuss among the board whether that's going to be acceptable or not, as that will likely result in not opening an STBG call for this fall either. So we'd likely do something similar to what we did this year, where we open up another call for amendment. Just because we'll only have 1 year's worth of apportionment set aside at that point.
Can I add a clarification there? So the Harrison County amendment was we have 3 different projects that are not funded well enough. I just wanted to consolidate them.
For sure.
So the 3.4 I was asking for, only 800,000, that's new money. So we have 2.679 actually sitting there already allocated to Harrison County. It's just in 3 projects, and none of them quite had the scope that I was wanting. So I was just trying to consolidate it into one project.
John, did we talk over, I didn't see that within the application, but maybe I just
Rewriting my letter, and I didn't really clarify.
Okay. No, that's really good to know from our end, because that will definitely affect the project as far as those.
So I don't really know what Harrison County is program, but we can give you this.
As far as those other projects, could you send me that information, just because I wasn't aware that we were going to be consolidating those from the TIP, and that will affect our numbers.
Okay. Yeah.
Perfect. Thanks.
Thank you.
Perfect. All right. So that does make an adjustment as well. So like I said, we'll be going over that in a little bit more detail in March. And until then, you guys have some room for that. All right. This should be quick meeting, easy peasy. All right, any members of the public? Now is your time to make remarks. Hearing none, we'll move along. All right, so some MAPA updates and safety updates. First, MAPA, Travis sent this out a little bit ago. He kind of will send these out a few different grant opportunities as he comes across them. So ARP is currently accepting those applications for the Community Challenge program, and that's through March 4th. There's a few different types of grants there. Obviously, these are really small grants, but those are open to nonprofits and government entities. And there's, I haven't looked through the program in a lot of detail, but there will be more information presented at the February 18th quarterly meeting for the MPOs and RPAs, as well as a webinar that they'll be having, or it should be already recorded, yeah, and that you can go back and look at if you're interested in that program. All right. And then just to go over some of what we've been doing on the RPA SS4A side, we went through and we had some meetings with Harlan, Glenwood, Missouri Valley, and as well as the communities within RPA-13 that are involved in the project. We have 6 out of 7 of those completed. We are still yet to meet with Shenandoah. And those meetings were primarily to kind of touch base with leadership within those communities, including police, fire, EMS, and validate the crash and network data, and then identify transportation safety needs and the local planning context. So that includes like, what plans do you have? How can we better support the transportation and safety needs that you guys have identified, and working to include that within the draft and final plans. So for that draft plan, we'll be going over that at the last STAG meeting, which will be in April. We'll get to that here in a second, which will be in April 14th, 1:30 to 3, I believe. And that's kind of where our last touch point as the larger group for the SS4A. After that, we'll be doing some follow-up meetings with the community, similar to what we did with the community meetings this last month, to kind of make sure we can go through, answer any final questions, make any final adjustments, and then go through and do resolution adoptions within those cities and complete the final plan. And the goal is to have that final plan completed by either May or June. That's the goal. Right. And then some other things we have coming up. Some of you have been on a Heartland 2050 learning site visit historically. Susan, I know you went on one of those, I think within the last couple of years. We are opening that up again for spring of 2026. And the location this time is going to be Detroit. These are typically to focus on those regional leadership exchanges, and also learning more about our sister cities and other cities that have similar sizes, demographics, topography and geographies, and just having those cross-sectoral learning opportunities for our leaders from Omaha and the Council Bluffs area. So that's a really good opportunity. If you are interested in that, please go ahead and take a look at that link, and we'll be coming up with some more information as that gets planned further out.
We have dates for that?
You know, this is all I have right now. I think this is still somewhat in the planning stage. I expect it to be more late spring than early spring though. And then kind of along that same lines, we have Council of Officials meeting on March 11th. So a slight problem with that is that it happens to be same time and almost the same day, or same day and almost the same time as our RPA meeting. So unless we're really fast, we won't be able to make it to this. But if we do wrap up that meeting quickly, and that usually is a couple hours, and usually there's also a training afterwards for the afternoon. I believe this time it'll be going, I forget what the topic is, but that'll be available along that. There's more information available along that registration link if you want to take a look. If we are able to move through the March's agenda pretty quickly, then we should be able to get out in time for people to be able to get over and enjoy some of that lunch and leadership. Yes, so this is at 11:30. Sorry, I have that in over here. That's at 11:30 and the RPA meeting is at 11.
John, you got some.
That's an ISAC meeting as well. So I don't know what supervisors are gonna go
Okay,
do that, but
you
that
said
might
on
be hard
March
time.
11th.
Yeah, that might be hard to get a quorum.
Okay. So what would be, if we moved the March week afterward, let me just double check calendar. We should be able to make some adjustments for that, knowing that ahead of time.
Rachel, this is Lindsay. Is there an opportunity to keep the same date for the RPA-18 meeting and maybe just have it like an hour or two earlier in the day? I don't know what people's calendars look like.
Yeah, it looks like the 18th should be open. I will have to double check room availability. Andy, I don't know if you have that handy by chance.
We can do the 18th.
We can do the 18th. Perfect. Okay. Which is great because we were actually going to have that one at Mappa because of a room conflict anyways. Okay. You won't be able to make it to 18th.
I've got it.
Okay.
It's all right. Private Zoom.
Okay. That works too. Is that the general consensus is to go for a March 18th meeting at 11 a.m. All right. We can do that.
We'll have a Zoom option, right?
Correct.
Yes.
And then we'll get that out so that the public announcement and public comment or public notice has enough time to make the rounds with the correct date on it. So just ignore your calendars for now. Speaking of calendars, if you haven't gotten Mappa calendars, I have some out in the car. If you would like some of those big ones, we can grab some for you before you head out. Otherwise, I think that's just about it.
Hey, Rachel, I have a
If
question.
there are any other, oh, go ahead, Travis.
Since I'm uniquely familiar with your
Okay,
region,
we can't hear you. Let me see. If I can. Try now.
how about now? No?
Maybe.
I can hear you, Travis.
Yeah, I figured you could probably hear me on the Zoom, but I bet they can't in the room.
Zoom's good.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
I mean, I can hear you.
I can translate for you, Travis.
I think the room isn't able to hear any of us is the problem.
Yeah.
I think we can hear each other in virtual space, but
Yeah.
not.
Travis, you want to try again?
How about now?
It's here, we hear it.
One more time.
Now. How about now?
It's okay. Looks like it's not coming through. Let's see, but you had yours coming through though. Would you mind bringing your laptop over here just so we're a little more centrally located and then see if we can turn your volume up a little bit higher. Travis, we've got you on Latifa's laptop. You should be able to speak now,
How about now?
maybe. Yeah. Sorry, one more time.
Now?
Yes, there we go.
Okay. So, I just typed the question out, but as someone who's pretty familiar with your region, I was just curious, of the county engineers in the room. You guys
Sorry,
did,
one more time.
you guys all did your county safety action plans.
So,
I was just curious if any particular projects kind of rose to the top or kind of what the general consensus of those were and kind of how that process went?
Is there any major findings or projects that came out of your county safety action plan process?
We have a plan, I haven't implemented anything yet, I haven't had a project.
Nothing
been done.
major did District 4, and they probably to set up a time to meet with.
Yeah, I already met with the DOT.
Yeah. So I got that.
I just asked for money,
Oh,
they had none.
you've already done it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good idea.
I think they're trying to sign.
DOT's asking for money?
No, they were asking if they could help us with the safety plans. I think we did work on some intersections with some bad sight distance,
Okay,
so.
that's what I wondered about.
They did work on that, so, yeah, on the state road, South County.
Okay.
That was the positive we got out of it.
Yeah. But like, yeah, mine itself had nothing major, I don't know. Small item.
Most of our
If
safety,
that's what he's after.
most of our safety plan items are gonna be implemented when we do a project, so that's kind of why I'm consolidating, because the scope really didn't cover the safety stuff I wanted to add in the project. But that's how you're gonna see the safety projects out of that plan happening, and they should just be incorporated in new construction. They're not really set up to be a standalone projects, I guess. Okay. But I did hear him say that he was gonna work in the regional equity spreadsheet for next month.
I also agree.
I wouldn't be optimistic about that, I'm not gonna lie.
You don't want.
Did anyone have any other notes to add about the county safety action plan process? Got 3 out of 4, and then Richard, do you have anything you would like to add on Jacob's behalf about the county safety action plans? Richard?
Pardon?
Sorry, did you have anything you would like to add about the county safety action plans on behalf of Mills County?
Not at this time, no.
Perfect. All right. Yes. And Lindsay, we did already do a quick update on the RPA CSAP development with that next STAG meeting, yes, in April. Awesome. Alrighty. Any other countywide updates we'd like to go over? One thing I wanted to go over quick before we adjourn is if you have any new council members, or whether that's city or county level, or any other new leadership changes from the election. I know that probably feels so long ago at this point, but feel free to send over that contact information, and we'll get that updated within our system as well. And that includes if you have any, whether that's alternatives that are getting switched up, or anyone that's getting moved around committee-wise on the county level. Just let me know. We can make those changes and make sure they get added to the email list. All right.
Okay, any more comments or questions?
I'll move to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you so much, everyone.